We're here at NAB Show 2025. There's a lot of exciting technology on display here, and we're going to talk with some of the 2025 Product of the Year winners and see what they have to say about this. Let's go check it out. I'm with Craig from Blackmagic, and we do have to say, when we were asking around people, they were really excited about the Fixus 12K. So can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, look, really excited to announce the camera at the show. And Fixus 12K brings together two camera technologies we announced last year at NAB and have been working with over the past 12 months. So we have the Fixus camera. We announced the Fixus 6K last year, which is a small, lightweight, independent filmmaker sort of style camera with a cube design, so really lightweight, portable, customizable. What that camera back then was a different 6K sensor. And what we've announced at the show this year is the 12K sensor that was announced and used in the Ursa Cinema camera last year, integrated into the Fixus family. So it's a combination of two of our biggest announcements last year into this fantastic new camera this year.
This is the XT52. It has 5,200 watts of LED power. So when we started off making LEDs, people said you're never going to make a light brighter than 800 watt HMI, right? And we've passed that.
Okay, let me show you.
Yes, 5,200 watts of power now, 30% brighter, which means that one person can operate this. On the front here, we have this thing called the parallel beam adapter.
Yeah.
This is coming out basically within the next 6 weeks. What this allows it to do is it takes the beam angle of the light, brings it all the way down to a 5-degree beam angle, which means that you now get to project like basically a parallel channel of light, like a bat signal in the air.
Yeah.
And this is important for all those filmmakers out there that want to recreate like rays of sunlight through windows. So if you guys are familiar with the movie like Dune 2 or the Star Wars series, they've been using a lot of these fixtures. In the past, when you wanted white light, the way that it would normally work is the white light spectrum that was capable from LEDs, it didn't actually match what was coming from the sun. It was like 5 to 10% off. And all of us just decided as an industry, like that was good enough. But the thing is, you're the F1 the visual artists, you have Natalie Portman on your set. You want 100% Natalie Portman, not Natalie Portman minus 5% green. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no
I
option
aim
around it.
for 5% less.
Exactly, 100%. So what we did is we used 5 different LEDs, blue, lime, amber, indigo, red. We mixed them together, and what that does is that creates basically a perfect spectrum to match with real daylight and tungsten incandescence. And what that means is that for the longest time out there, if you go to the big rental houses, you'll still see a lot of tungsten lights being used because they want that 5%. And it took a long time to close the gap, which means that now there's no reason anymore. The color actually matches tungsten hot lights to LED.
Here we have the Nucleus M2, which is a follow-up to one of our most successful products, a wireless lens control system. This was a system that we really listened to feedback on, so a lot of small kind of like, accessibility, ease of life features have been added, so a lot of people are excited to, kind of play with it and see the different things we've added. Different style of batteries, a lot more like customizable options in terms of tension, swapping the wheel to different sizes, lens mapping, seeing more information, more accessible on different screens on the unit. We are looking specifically at the Hydra electronic suction cups and car mounting system. The car mounting system is used pretty similarly to a lot of the currently available systems, but has a few different features, one being the electronic suction cups. It's a little bit safer. You're not constantly relying on checking the suction cup pressure. It's using a battery and a motor to automatically increase suction in case they're leaking. And then you're also using motors in the head, similar to a gimbal, to kind of adjust the dampening wirelessly. So if you're on a smooth road and then all of a sudden go off-road, you can adjust how the head of the arm is going to react, which is something I have not seen personally in other systems. People are mounting small cameras like the FX3, they're putting it on a ceiling, they're using it for, like light tubes, small LED panels. Pretty much the motor inside the suction cup means you can use a lot less ideal surfaces, because if you're, mounting to concrete with a manual suction cup, it might fall off in 30 seconds, but because there's a motor inside, as long as it has battery, it's going to run and then constantly continue, holding that suction. So it's more about managing battery life than about, checking pressure. And I think people are, excited to see what they can do with it.
Tell us about the Ursa Cine Immersive.
This is an immersive camera system that will shoot new immersive video. Basic technical being that we're shooting with a dual lens system for delivery to Vision Pro and immersive video with Apple. That gives us recording to 2 sensors at 8K per eye. We're then processing that out through DaVinci Resolve, and you can see we have a spherical reticle display and how we're processing out immersive video content through DaVinci Resolve, and then that will deliver immersive video to Vision Pro. As a viewer, you're in a 180-degree sphere, and you can choose where you want to look. That creates some brilliant creative technologies for a filmmaker. So where is your audience looking? If you're doing a film, it's much more like stage play or a theatre. You're blocking action, you're getting the audience to look. You might use actors or sound cues. One example might be a horror film. You know, could you imagine in the immersive, in a darkened space, and you hear a noise? Do you want to look at what made that noise, or do you not? So it's going to be a fantastic new creative tool that people will see, and it breaks the convention. You choose where you look as the audience, and filmmakers can play around with that and create really fantastic new kind of filmmaking technologies.